If you've been keeping up with Critical Role's 4th campaign, you might have noticed they're trying something a little different. They're running a West Marches style campaign. And honestly, I think more homebrew GMs should give this a try. So today we're diving into what is a West Marches campaign, why it might be the perfect thing for your next campaign, and how you can set one up using some clever world building tools. Let's get into it. The West Marches style was created by Ben Robbins as a weapon against the biggest, baddest villain in all tabletop gaming: scheduling. The West Marches style is built on 3 key principles. Number 1, no regular schedule. That's right, you don't play every Tuesday at 7. Sessions happen when players organise them. Number 2, no regular party. Different combinations of players can join different sessions based on who's available and who's excited about the proposed adventure. And number 3, there's no regular plot. There's no overarching storyline. The players are unlocking more of the map with each session, and both the plot and the world are being created as you go. West Marches' format is a true sandbox campaign. And here's where the world building gets interesting. You're not giving your players a world map, you're giving them a treasure map, which is a very different thing. It's not the Rand McNally Atlas or Google Maps, it's some guy's napkin scribble, probably jotted down after he spent 3 days running away from monsters. No promise of accuracy, no promise of scale, it's just, we think there's treasure a day's ride in this direction, near these landmarks. So if your map-making skills aren't on the level of professional illustrator like Andy Law, and mine aren't, that's totally fine. Your half-legible doodles are perfect in this situation. In West Marches campaigns, the world grows organically, session by session, through player-driven exploration. You're building a world outward from a home base as players venture into the unknown. And speaking of home base, check out our video on bastions. If you're considering this kind of campaign, they can help get your players even more invested in your world. Now, Critical Role's 4th campaign is doing this kind of thing, but they're actually skipping the first rule. They still have a regular schedule because, well, they're a streaming show. But they've embraced that rotating party composition because it allows for a lot more players and more playstyles, which they're sorting into soldiers, seekers, and schemers. So, should you consider running a West Marches style campaign? Well, that depends. Let's take a look at some of the advantages. First, it allows for way more players. Because you don't need everyone at every session, you can have a roster of 8, 10, even 12 players without it becoming a logistical nightmare. And there's less prep. Players decide where they want to explore, and you can just build out those areas with a few encounters. You're not prepping content that might never get used. You can also spread the load across multiple DMs if you want to. Though some brave souls like Brendan Lee Mulligan just run everything themselves. World Anvil is really good for coordinating information with multiple GMs and lots of players, by the way. The session stream feature makes sure everyone knows what went down, even in sessions they didn't attend, all while hiding secrets from those who shouldn't know them. West Marches campaigns also accommodate different playstyles. Because the players decide which sessions they're down for, you don't end up with theatre kids getting bored during combat, or murder hobos yawning through 3 hours of political intrigue. And there's high character agency. A shared world means one group can create consequences for others. Oh, and if you've ever tried to get your players to talk to each other between sessions, this will do it. Because nobody wants to get surprise attacked by a band of ogres that the other players riled up. West Marches format also makes drop-in and drop-out play manageable, instead of constantly having to explain why some characters disappeared or suddenly reappeared. Wave goodbye to plot diarrhea for good. But let's be real. There are drawbacks to West Marches campaigns too. Social dynamics can get tricky. When you have a large player pool, cliques can form, drama can happen, and some players might feel left out if they're not getting invited to sessions. You need to be proactive about managing the social side. World Anvil's discussion forums can really help for this. And it's not for every world builder. If you're a control freak world builder, your eye might be twitching at the thought of those little chaos gremlins shaping your setting. And if you're a mastermind plotter, dreaming about your 12-session story arc, this probably isn't for you. West Marches requires letting go and allowing your players to drive. However, if you're struggling with scheduling conflicts, want your players to be more proactive, want a truly shared world-building experience, or have way more friends than seats at the table, then West Marches is definitely worth a try. So how do you get started with West Marches campaigns? Here are some resources to make your life easier. Random encounter tables are your best friend. This is low prep in the best way. You don't need to plan every encounter, just roll and see what the party stumbles across. Keep your roll tables themed by region so each area of your world has its own flavour and even difficulty level. Remember, your players will be working outward from their home base, so keep nearby encounters survivable and make distant quests more epic and dangerous. Loot tables are your motivation. Players need reasons to explore, and treasure is a universal language. Using random loot tables keeps loot fresh and unpredictable. Treasure maps and rumour tables are your pokes, your ways to hint at interesting locations, dangers and opportunities without railroading. Let the players hear rumours at the tavern and they can decide what sounds interesting. World Anvil has a whole library of community stat blocks with roll tables that you can straight up copy or clone and customise to save you time. Embed them in your articles and they'll be exactly where you need them every time. So what do you think? Is West Marches format the solution to your biggest GM headaches? Or is it just a whole new set of problems waiting to happen? Let me know in the comments. And if you want just a little taste of West Marches style, check out our video on Bastions. That's a little home base your players can customise and call their own. Like and subscribe for more world building and game mastery goodness. Then grab your hammer and go world build.